Have you ever noticed the difference between when you say, I have to do this versus I get to do this? And I know it seems like a really small difference, but it's actually made a huge change in the way that I approach life, the way that I approach my creative spirit, and tackle even chores and responsibilities in my life. So here's the truth: discipline didn't change my life, it was gratitude. If you're new here, my name is Jenny, and I use expressive arts to awaken and tap into that creative spirit that you have. Thank you so much for being here. So let's dive right into it. I am going to be sharing the 5 simple words and 5 beautiful lessons. Number 1, language shapes everything. So instead of saying, I have to do this, the 5 words are, I get to do this. I get to do this. And I was creating from a place of have to. I was creating from a place from obligation, and it started to suck the joy out of it. And not only that, I suffer from depression and anxiety, and it really rears its ugly head. I started thinking, I should just give up. I'm not good enough. Why try? If I have to show up in this way that I have put this huge expectation on, I feel like I'm destined to fail. And I had to come back to myself and ask, like, what is it that I need to do that's so important that I have to put this awful pressure on myself? So I started to shift my language. Over the years, one of the things that you can say is, I'm good either way. That's a new one that I learned. That's really simple. And I get to do this. I get to host a workshop, not I have to. I get to create art. I get to tap into my most divine and feminine self. I get to follow my passion and start my own business. I have the ability. The barrier to access now is just visibility. Is it like I have to start a business to prove to myself, or I get to start a business and become myself? I don't want to be coming from a fearful place of naysaying, like I have to make this business work or I am a failure. It's I get to make this business work, and I get to play around with what is going to work for me. 2, our nervous system listens and responds to permission. And how do we give our nervous system the permission to create, the permission to flow? And I notice that switching the language and saying, I get to, actually makes our nervous system feel more safe. And the safer we are, the more flow we get into, the more clarity we get. And the most important thing is the more fun that we have. When our bodies and our nervous system are aligned to a place of safety, it actually allows us to tap into so much more. And when we're coming from a place of scarcity or lack or fear or judgment, the walls go up and everything just shuts down. I can't create at all. So this is why I think it's so important for us to tap into that safe space, that nervous system regulation. What is it that works for you? For me, meditation, candle gazing, doodles of shapes or color. What works for me is they say 30 minutes of coloring because it's structured and it's simple, that we can actually lower our cortisol and signal to our body that we are safe. It's so important that we're able to do this and provide a safe space for our energy to go. Number 3, it's taken me a lot of years to learn, is creative freedom versus creative pressure. And one of the things is when we say, I have to journal daily, I have to create content daily, I have to, that it just becomes like homework. It's like, oh, I have to do another paper. I have to do another load of dishes. And you can feel that energy, right? You can feel that you're like, I don't want to do that. When we are able to create from a space where I get to express myself in the way that feels right for me. That's the gift. That's the gift that I want everybody to tap into. That's the gift that I want to tap into. And I consistently remind myself that I need to come back to this space. For me, it's not I have to do a painting because I haven't done a painting in so long. It puts so much pressure on, and I can't paint in that space. I have to come back to my body and say, like, I get to create. I have time to create. I'm making space for myself, and this is a beautiful space to come and sit down in. It never works for me when I sit down and I say, I have to paint. And then I stare at my canvas and I go, I have to paint. I have to paint. This isn't going to work for me. And then I end up finding something else to do. And it's a little bit of procrastination, or my nervous system is not feeling safe. Number 4 is micro moments of gratitude. And the reason that this is so valuable for me is every single time I say some gratitude, like I am grateful for my job, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on YouTube, I'm grateful to create, I'm grateful to try new expressive arts and tap into my creative spirit, that it actually opens the portal, it opens the flow, the faucet, and it allows me to create from that space of gratitude and the space of being soul and heart led versus I have to clean up my studio or I have to create another video. I notice that I'm witnessing my healing as I'm making these micro gratitude moments. So I'm like, I get to clean my office. Ooh, look how nice it looks. I get to create a painting. And you know what? I'm going to tap into something within me and it's going to be amazing. And I am so grateful that I get to sit down for 20 minutes and do this creative expression or journal before I go to bed. Number 5 is the most important one. This is the power of choice. And when I realize that I do have a choice and my mind is so strong that it can believe whatever it wants, it can literally believe that I am a complete failure or it can believe that I am a complete success. And that is all subjective, and it's exactly how it feels in your heart when you move into your day. Your mind is really powerful. You can actually tell your mind what you want to believe and what you don't want to believe. Choosing to create is almost like a rebellion against the world and all the roles and responsibilities. We get to choose against autopilot. We get to choose against survival mode. We get to choose against the have tos, the should haves, the would haves, the could haves. And the one thing that I want to leave everybody with is this powerful quote: we don't have to do this. We get to show up and do what makes us feel most alive. Next time you hear yourself saying, I have to do something, switch it. Say, I get to. And instead, notice how your body starts shifting. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to talk about. And if there's something that you have to do that you can reframe into something that you get to do. If you want more reframes like this, watch the video, quit chasing, and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for taking this time to shift your energy with me